This is an I don't know kind of vloggy, I think. The kind of vlog that I'm going to do my best, but actually the best isn't very good, if you know what I mean.
More fragile. These to take together.
Right, this looks like one chair.
It's two.
I know, but it looks like one. They're compact.
See that?
What's it got? Tell me the features.
So it's got a cup holder.
Right.
Phone on it, that's in there.
Yeah.
We've got storage for art kit or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the bottom one is insulated.
Oh, right, so you can put your...
So it's a cool bag.
Oh! Whoa.
So good morning. I thought I'd do a little car vlog this morning because I don't think we've done a car vlog for ages. Anyway, I think if I could say how I was feeling with a score out of 10, I'd probably say I was about a 4 or a 5 today. So it's not that I'm not having a good day, because it's pretty early or so far. I feel really, really tired, and I've got some extra stuff as life throws at us. There's stuff going on. But that being said, I am showing up anyway. That's my plan for this week. And, well, already it's Thursday, and I had planned to vlog a little bit earlier on in the week, but yeah, it didn't happen. But never mind. I've been in the studio every day apart from one so far. So Monday I had to edit for the video that you would have watched last Friday. So I had to edit that on Monday, and that took quite a long time, that one. But Tuesday, Wednesday and today, and probably tomorrow I'm going in. So I've rejigged my schedule a little bit to try and get the opportunity to go in the studio 4 days a week instead of 3. And I've been tending to go in 3 for the past couple of months. But I am finding that I want to go in a little bit more. And I'm thinking as well, if I had a home studio and I was working from home, you know, I might do a few evening sessions where I put a couple of layers on a painting and things like that, where I would never dream at 8 o'clock, say, in the evening to go out to the studio to go and do like half an hour. So it's weighing up that thing between working from home and working at the studio. And I really, really need a studio, and I really need a bigger studio, because I've got so much extra stock for the shop. My art area has expanded as well. I like to have a different area for doing my wet work to my other journaling type things. I also need an office space within that room so I can do my admin and my computer work and my editing and all that stuff, my communications kind of stuff. But yeah, sorry, there was a lorry doing a dodgy manoeuvre there. Yeah, whether I have a space at home as well, sort of like I did in the first lockdowns. but then I have to double up on my stuff, and then I've got to bring paintings home, and yeah, it just makes everything really complicated. And I guess one good thing about having the out there studio, apart from it's amazing and it's good to get out and all that stuff, especially at the moment, is the fact that when I get home I switch off from my artwork kind of side of things, if you like. So that's good too. So yeah, I don't know, I'm just doing a little process in my mind really to ponder it all. Anyway, I'm going in today. Do I have a plan? I do have a little plan. I'd like to do some sketching and maybe a few more layers on some paintings. And I'd also need to do some journaling, carry on with my journaling. And I want to type up some stuff as well. And yeah, that's kind of the loose plan for today. Talk to you a little bit, of course. Have a little cup of tea with you in a minute when I get to the studio. So I'll see you in a minute. So I have to admit, I haven't done anything this morning, and I don't even know what time it is and whether it's actually even still morning. I'm just not productive. I'm having quite a full-on time with life's ups and downs, if you like. So I think my main priority for this week is not to worry too much if I'm not on task and productive. I think I'm just going to show up and do my best. And if that means not doing a lot, like this morning, then that's going to be okay with me. I'm really wanting to sort of hone in and focus on my mental well-being. And I think I talked about this quite a lot in last week's video, where I hadn't really been getting my head around everything and I was feeling really overwhelmed. And I think that lack of sleep and extra anxiety for everything that's going on is really a key part in that. So I think just making some simple commitments to myself, some simple promises, and keeping those, and giving myself permission to go really easy on myself. So encourage myself on all those little things, if you like, and sometimes talk to myself in the mirror as well. Do you do that too? And I think sometimes these little things that we can do can feel a bit silly, but then when we actually do them, it makes complete sense, if you know what I mean, to kind of uplift and keep us on a more balanced path and keep us happier and in our joy more times than not. And I think gratitude helps with that, so I do weekly gratitude journaling. And if I wake up in the morning and I'm really, really grumpy or really, really down or stressed or overwhelmed, I tend to do some little gratitude thoughts in my head. So the same as journaling really, but I'm not writing them down, I've just got them in my head. And that's as good to me, usually. I think the ways that we show up for ourselves and the way that we show up for our lives, it helps strengthen our resilience, doesn't it? And that seems more important than it ever has done, for me anyway. And I think when it comes to doing tasks or doing things for other people and things like that, it's really important to clearly know our boundaries, isn't it? Know when to say yes and when to say no. And if we're saying yes to something, what are we saying no to? Is that thing more important than the thing we're saying yes to? And if so, why did I say yes to that when I should have said no? And those kind of questions I think are really important, and it's really useful to use our journals to write about them as well. Unravel it all, if you like, in our writing and our journals. I think my top priorities of every day is to push my self-care to the max, and knowing that that's the most important thing for my day, if you like, which isn't selfish and it isn't a terrible thing to put yourself first, because obviously it's that thing, isn't it, of putting your own mask on before someone else's. Otherwise you're no good to anybody. It's that whole thing that I was talking about last week about giving from the saucer. So when you've got your cup, you fill it up and all the self-care things go in there, and then it overflows into the saucer, and that's where we need to try and give from. And if our cups are getting really, really empty ourselves, we haven't really got anything to give others, have we? So if you think about it that way, then the greatest gift we can give in our day, in our day-to-day routines, in our meetups with other people, in our offerings of support and friendship and things like that, is to keep our batteries fully charged, our lights shining bright, and it's non-negotiable wherever possible, because I know in certain situations it's not completely possible or easy. Anyway, on that note, I'm not sure what I'm going to get done this morning. I did have a plan to do some sketching, so I might have a look at that. And I also wanted to type some of my journaling up for collage in some little mini journals I've been making. So let me show you. So they're not very pretty right now because I haven't finished them at all. I've just literally done some first layers. And oh, this one's got some gummy tape on the back because my studio's still not tidy and I'm not showing you over there right now. That might be another thing I do today, actually, declutter something. And the thing I might declutter is the thing that's probably scaring me out of everything in the room. And that's a big box that's under the table. That's been under there since I moved into this studio, which was, I think, in February. And it's had all the stuff that was on my desk that was under my window in it so that I could move my desk in here with James. And then I stuffed that box under there. And I've barely gone into it. And I haven't sorted it out yet. I'm a little bit embarrassed to say. But anyway, so yes, I've been making these little journals and I'm just painting any paint I've got left on my palette, really. I'm just using up on this one. And I've glued the pages on this one so it's a bit more book-like. And then I've got two other ones. One that I've kind of collaged on the pages and then one that I've painted. And just a sec, hang on. If I unravel, you can see I've just done a really simple bookmaking technique there. So I've got my piece of paper, which was a little background page, which I had a rummage in my collage box the other week. And then you fold it like this, open it out again, and then do a little cut like that, and then you can make a diamond in the middle. I'll show you the other way, look, diamond in the middle, fold those two, and then it just literally makes a little book. And I've written self-care on the front already because I think it's about my self-care. It seems to be a running theme at the moment, doesn't it? But essential in these times. And I want to be at my best to keep my lights shining as bright as possible so that I can do my best in every area of my life, including helping other people and things like that. So, yeah, maybe I should call it Keep Shining Your Light or something like that. So, I don't know. This is an I don't know kind of vloggy, I think. The kind of vlog that I'm going to do my best, but actually the best isn't very good, if you know what I mean. But on top of everything, being okay with that, yeah. So I've just made the decision to put the shop on vacation for a couple of weeks to give us a little bit of breathing space with everything else that's going on. And also because when we reopen at the beginning of October, I'd like to do a shop update because I've got loads of new postcards and prints, smaller prints, sort of A5 and some square ones as well. I could probably show you now actually, I'll give you a sneaky peek, hang on a sec. So there is the new stock in situ, if you like, in the new cupboardies, and we've actually run out of space. I've got one of the postcards in a box over there because I've done 6 new A6, and then we've got some A5 prints and also some squares as well. So I think they're all in shot, sort of anyway. There's a couple off the edge, I'm afraid. Can't fit them all in, but there's 10 different items, if you like. And what we've done is we've made square edge postcards, as you can see, with square corners. We've done a little thing on the back. And we've also used a different weight of card, so you can actually use that as a postcard, or you could use it in your journal or frame it. So it kind of gives it that thing that you can actually put a stamp on it and post it as well, and it be a real postcard, where the other ones are a thinner kind of card, which they'd probably be okay as a postcard, but I just wanted to go with a slightly different quality to these ones. So as you can see, we've got the 6 smaller ones, and these are all from the Flower Power project that I've done. Yeah, I just did a selection of different ones. And then for this one and this one, we decided to do an A5 version as well. So yeah, with the logo James designed for me, and then the title and which series it is, etc. And again with the square corners. So we did this one and then this one. And then I also went for a couple of squares, just to try them out to see what the squares would look like as well. And just went for those 2. So 2 of my recent paintings. This is kind of like a pre-shop update, if you like, because these will be in the shop at the beginning of October, basically, when we reopen. James has done all the photos for these as well now, so we're just busy writing listings up and stuff ready for the shop update. So I'm really not sure what I'm doing today, and I normally don't come into the studio very often anyway on a Friday, because normally I work from home on a Friday, which I really like, but I've changed my schedule a little bit, which is most unusual for me. So it feels like a bit of a novelty to be in on a Friday. And I wasn't actually sure I was going to make it in today, because I've been really poorly after my dinner last night. I got food poisoning, really violent food poisoning, and so I wasn't sure that I'd actually be able to come in today. But I feel absolutely fine now, just a little bit dehydrated, so I'm just drinking loads and yeah, just liquids for now. But basically we went to the Chinese takeaway, and all I had was some plain boiled rice and a little bit of the sweet and sour sauce, so I'm thinking it was the rice, and James is going to ring up later just to let them know that there was a problem. Not the best end to quite a funny day yesterday anyway, which is why I didn't vlog anymore. And there was a couple of ups and downs yesterday that discombobulated me quite a lot. But hey, I'm just kind of throwing it all over to the universe and leaving it all out of my hands and see what happens. But hopefully, fingers crossed and toes crossed, I might have some good news for you in a few weeks, so we'll wait and see for that. Anyway, today, all I've been doing so far is a little bit of sketching in my Sea White sketchbook, Sea White's of Brighton cartridge paper sketchbook. And I wasn't loving the paper that much for my wet work, because it just, I don't know, it didn't seem hardy enough, and it really crinkles, which annoys me. So I haven't really done much in here at all. So I started drawing in here and using my pencils instead, and doing some writing, which you may have seen already. And then yeah, some butterflies here. So I want to put some butterflies into my paintings, and I thought, right, I better go back to the drawing board, as it were, and practice drawing them first. So let's have some more juice. So cheers to you, wherever you are. I hope you're staying well. So one of the things I didn't get done yesterday was to do a little bit of tidying. More like decluttering really, because I need to go through every single box in here again. It's just become an Aladdin's cave of mystery, and I don't know where anything is really anymore, apart from this little corner here where all my art things are. And I guess this is the corner that matters most. But everything else is kind of encroaching onto this corner, so I just want to kind of push it back, get rid of some stuff, clear up some of the packaging materials and also that box that's living under my desk. And then I've got to put the YouTube video up later, so that will be last week's video. And I think that's it for today of my have-tos anyway. And James will be in a bit. And I might ask him if he'll take me to a little fair later today, because there's a fair on and I think it ends tomorrow. And it just might be quite fun to just go and have a little wander round and take some photographs and maybe do some sketching, I don't know. But yeah, I'll ask him, see what he says. I know yesterday I was talking about showing up, wasn't I? And I suppose after last night's little Paulies, shall we say, and the fact that I wasn't sure that I was going to be coming in today, I'm actually really proud of myself for showing up again. But I do feel okay, and if I hadn't, I would have stayed at home, I promise. Self-care to the max, yeah. I feel like today, rather than sort of putting my blinkers onto the mess, I feel like having a little potter. One of those luxury days where I actually get to potter in my studio, which really doesn't happen very often. And I'm really happy that you're here keeping me company doing it as well, because it's not my favourite job in any sense, but I know how I feel at the other side of it, if you like. So I'll keep that in my mind as I'm kind of going through the little bits and bobs. And I'm not going to do the whole room. I'm not going to put that pressure on myself because I haven't got loads of energy at the moment because I was poorly. So I'm just going to do it in bite-sized chunks, I think, and start with the under the table things and then maybe work around the room a little bit and see how far I get. But just without that pressure, you know what I mean? Otherwise it feels like a really heavy job, doesn't it? But with that intention, if you like, for decluttering, for self-care, that motivates me to get started. I can't say I'm enjoying this process, but it does feel good to have cleared that box from under the table. So that's a start. And then I thought, depending on how I feel, because my energy is dripping away a little bit, I'm not sure I'm going to eat something yet until I get home. So yeah, I'm dripping a little bit of energy out here and I'm not sure how I'm feeling. I'm okay though, so don't worry. And before you ask, I'm drinking plenty as well, getting my hydration level back up. So where am I at then? I think I'm doing quite well, but my room is overburdened with collage materials, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think I've got three boxes and a pile. I haven't put anything in this one yet, this cardboard box. And I've emptied this one, because actually this one is a box at home, so I'm not sure whether I need that or not. But I've got this box. Hang on a sec. Yes, I've got this box already full, which was in that box. and I've just sorted that out. So that's got sketchbooks and all sorts in there. And then down on the floor, I've got collage box number 2. Yeah, and that's just full of random collagey bits, which I do need to sort through, but I just can't face that quite yet. And then over there, just hiding on that shelf, is another one which needs sorting out, but I just can't be bothered. So I've sorted that one, and then those 2 for another day. But that one, I'm hoping, is going to just fit in that little space. Where are we? In there, hopefully next to that one. And then this one will be the one that I'm using, so I can put that over in the art area. So let me just show you the other side. This might look a bit scary to you, but to me, it's kind of perfect as it is. Hang on a sec, let me get a better view. Oh, and the other thing I've sorted is a couple of things for the van ceiling collage. So I've pulled those out of the collage box as well. Yeah, so I've got my art trolley and the cupboardy. Probably needs a sort out, but I'm not going to do that today. And then my floor area, which I love working down there, and I also have been working on the bench. So I'm not going to tidy any of that up today because that's my working area, and so that's okay. Yeah, it's just like the rest of it. So the Oval Office has got so much stuff on there. So I can put my sewing machine away, and yeah, maybe a few more bits and bobs as well can go away. This certainly can go back up on the high shelves. So I think I'm just going to clear away what I can and put away what I can, and then have a little review, if you know what I mean. So yeah. So I'm doing pretty well. I have cleared up underneath there. There's a couple of things you'll probably be able to see, but basically the table underneath is pretty clear. And the table on top, okay, I need to tidy up my office, the Oval Office a little bit, and I've just plonked those there for now. They need to go home really. And then over here, I've done, as you've seen, to the ceiling, basically. It's pretty stacked. I've just put like heavier things at the bottom and then the light stuff on the top, so that should be okay. Otherwise James will probably tell me off. And then, yeah, this is my collage stuff that I'm using at the moment, so that won't be staying there either. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And I've sorted the plant babies out, so I think it might be time to have a little bit of downtime, go and have a bit of fun somewhere. So I'll take you with me because it's going to be quite a sweet little outing, I think.